Hey, what's up guys, it's Unleash here today, and yeah, Sonic Movie 3 has officially been out for not even a day in the UK actually. That's kind of crazy, but yeah, I'm here with the man himself, Jonathan Allen, and Crody. So we are here to discuss our review and thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Got a couple points here on the side here, so the first is just our overall thoughts on the movie. So Crody, let's go on first, mate.
As my first out of getting out of the theater, I was honestly kind of speechless. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't believe what I watched that night.
Because it was so flipping bad. What did I just watch? Oh,
so
God.
See, what the fuck?
I saw it really late at night, and I was still I was kind of half asleep when I got home.
Oh, God, it was such a boring movie. Oh, I'm falling asleep here. God.
But yeah, I was just speechless because I was not it passed my expectations a little bit.
Because your expectations were in the negative, so then when it came to actually watching the movie, it was like a solid 0.
You know, I didn't get the Sonic and Shadow kissing scene, so.
Ooh. And that's what woke you up at the end.
For a second watch, then.
Ooh. And Jonathan, what were your overall thoughts on the movie?
I thought it was really good. I was, definitely definitely satisfied with the overall product of the movie. It definitely took some directions I wasn't expecting, mostly in a good way, some in a not so great way, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. But it's definitely, it's a great film, in a lot of ways, but, I don't know how I feel about it compared to the second one, which might be controversial because I really still love the second movie a lot. I'm definitely still.
No, that's gonna get a great YouTube title right there. Ooh.
Get the clickbait.
Is Sonic Movie 3 worse than the sequel?
It's Sonic Movie 2. It's such a backwards way to put it.
And then my overall thoughts are pretty much. Yeah, I actually had kind of the same experience with Jonathan right now. I did have, before the movie came out, I was thinking that, okay, it doesn't look as good as 2, but then, just watching it now, I think, unlike Jonathan now, yeah, I do think it was the best out of the trilogy. There were some things I wasn't expecting, some things like, for example, with the post-credit scenes, we'll talk about a bit later, I was expecting that, I mean, it was going to happen eventually, but, yeah, I think overall, great movie. Very much surprised me, and yeah, a great Sonic movie right there. So, yeah, not bad. I think like a out of 10, maybe like an 8.5 out of 10. I think maybe.
I would say an 8.5.
Yeah, because I think what this movie does well compared to, say, movie 1, for example, is that it's a great Sonic movie and it's just a great movie in general. Where I think movie 1 was just a great movie in general, but not really a great Sonic movie. Then I think with Sonic 2, it was a great Sonic movie, but kind of flopped a bit in the regular movie counterpart. But I think with movie 3, I think it's great in both scenarios there.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. The second movie definitely has a lot more bullcrap in it, I guess is one way you would put it. There's a good amount of filler in there that's just kind of doesn't really contribute to the overall story. That kind of hampers the movie a bit. When the third movie definitely has a much more focused story overall. There is still some weirdness in it, but overall, it definitely is much more focused and probably makes it an objectively better product.
Yeah.
The first two movies they suffered the way of they need to set up everything. We're still in the setting up characters.
Yeah, that's a good point actually,
the movies. So it's gonna be very slow. That's what I noticed in 1 and 2. One is very setup-y.
Yeah.
You have to establish Tom and Sonic. And then 2 establishes, we get a little bit more of the Sonic people, but we still need to show Tom and Maddie's relationship with everyone still.
Yeah.
But then so now that we saw that already, they can go fully in on just Sonic and them and try to relate that to Shadow. Like how Sonic has family and Shadow doesn't have family anymore.
I think the movie opens up with... Actually, yeah, it's got a great opening, actually. We start off with Shadow in the gun facility, I think, in Prison Island.
Yeah, we start on Prison Island immediately.
Yeah. I think that's actually a great way to open up the movie.
Which I really like how it just immediately starts with that.
Anything like Sonic or whatever, just... starting with Shadow, yeah, he's the main part of this movie, so start out with him. Great opening to the movie, I think. Great opening.
Yeah, definitely great, like, tone setter for the rest of the movie, because the movie does, I mean, I wouldn't call it dark. It's still a kid's movie at the end of the day, but it definitely has a bit of like a more serious tone than the other two. So I definitely think that was a great way to just, show that to audiences right away for people that had no idea what this movie would be about. And as a Sonic fan, I was geeking out the whole fucking time. I was like, oh my god, that's him!
Oh my god, it's Shadow the Hedgehog!
I can't believe they put him in the movie, even though they told him they would be in the movie.
That blows expectations right there. What can I just say?
Let it there, 10 out of 10. Let me
peak absolute cinema right there. Alright, so I think the next thing that happens is we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, where they tried to pull a hologram situation with a race, and then Sonic comes back, and then they setting up a nice B Arthur Day. We're quite cool right there, and yeah, I think that leads into Shadow, I think, straight afterwards in Tokyo, where they start shooting him down because he's a black hedgehog, obviously. Is there actually any reason for them to shoot him down? I mean, he was just chilling, people start knocking about, like, it's a bit mean.
Gun determined he was like a dangerous weapon or whatever. That's why they put him away for 50 years in the first place, right? I think it was more precautionary than anything. I mean,
even the regular Tokyo people, they just said pushing each other about like he's just nothing, mate. Bloody racist, mate. Just because it's a bloody short hedgehog. Honestly.
Damn Tokyo, man.
I thought Tokyo was supposed to be a nice place, but clearly not, man. Clearly not.
Clearly not.
But then, yeah, I think after that, we get Director Rockwell, my apologies, who comes to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, says that they need to go to Tokyo for a mission. Then we go to the helicopter scene where Sonic says the iconic line that we've all been wanting to hear. Well done, Sonic. No food or movies.
In the context of the movie, it makes like no sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely no sense. I didn't feel like it was kind of shoehorned a bit, honestly.
Absolutely. Honestly, he just looked at her and just said the line and then shut up.
I honestly like it like that because like it's just like he is kind of snarky. So like he's just like making fun of the ride there because it was just like a shit helicopter ride.
I just kind of wish he like maybe said something crappy about it like before that, because he wasn't like complaining or saying it was lame or anything before. He just said it kind of out of nowhere a little bit. I don't know. Like I liked the line, but it was cool to see like, oh my god, that's from the video game that I played. But
So I then think after that was the Shadow fight scene. Oh
my god,
pretty great fight scene right there. Pretty great.
Yeah,
honestly, I think the whole first 20 minutes of this movie were just perfect. I was like, oh my god, if this could keep up this pace, this movie's gonna be the best movie I've ever fucking seen. It didn't.
Oh,
it was still really perfect. Like everything from like Shadow waking up, the B Earth Day stuff, which I thought was adorable.
It's B Arthur Day, mate. Get it right. You're not watching the movie. God.
No, it's B Earth because it sounds like birthday.
It's B Arthur Day, Jonathan. We're not listening to what Sonic said.
Wow, because I mispronounced it. That's right.
Honestly,
oh god,
what is wrong with this guy?
Get this call. What am I doing?
Get him out of here, man. Honestly.
Oh gosh, and then
man.
Especially everything in Tokyo.
Watched.
The movie I watched yesterday, and I was too busy, freaking out.
Oh my god, Shadow the Hedgehog! Holy Yeah, then I think after the Shadow fight scene, they go to the Chow Garden. Actually, we see Commander Walters for like 5 minutes, then he dies immediately. That was quite funny.
I knew he was gonna die. I knew it.
Yeah, he's such an old guy, man.
When I saw the missiles, I was like, "Oh, he's dying."
He's dead. Oh, he's dead. Oh.
He's dying.
I mean, no one's ever really died in these movies before, so it's just funny that he just in the first 10 minutes he's just dead, and then they kind of never really talk about it again after that.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody at Gun was like a bit sad, because I swear like the Commander has been there since Shadow's original thing, so that's been like 50 years.
Yeah,
got no celebration, well not celebration, but no funeral, no nothing.
Gun is kind of corrupted.
Like,
it's like they didn't ask any questions. They just wanted the key card.
Actually, you know what? That is fair because they take place in the UK, and that government is not all that great. You know what? That makes perfect sense, actually.
You see those wretched UKs.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, after Commander Walters dies, he gives Sonic a key or whatever. Then Rockwell thinks that Sonic's an evil person now. Evil. But I will say that I do actually like how the Sonic goes against Gun, because at the start of the movie, I wasn't really on board with him being with Gunn because that doesn't really feel like a Sonic-y thing to do, but I do like how they eventually went against him. I think that's pretty good.
I did think it was kind of strange. That Gunn, like, they're having, like, that campfire or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then Gunn shows up, and they're like, we need you guys, you kids, basically, to go do this super dangerous thing we're not going to tell you anything about. And then Tom and Maddie were like, all right, see ya. They had like no concern or anything. It was like, you guys have fun.
Jonathan, they are supersonic hedgehogs.
I know, but it's still,
actually, Tails
like,
is a fox, mate.
And Knuckles is an echidna. You idiot.
Yeah, cruddy. But yeah, I think after that, Stone shows up, breaks through the window. What a badass, honestly. We love Limage Doob. What a go, honestly. Then,
as soon as I know they were playing up the mystery that it was him a little bit. I was like, as soon as like anyone showed up that was wearing a mask, I was like, oh my god, that's my boy right there.
Yeah.
I really love Stone this movie.
Oh, he's fucking great.
I knew Stone was gonna be good, but like it kind of like surpassed my expectation of good for Stone.
I feel like his relationship with Eggman near the end as well. Which we'll get into a bit later. Let's not have any spoilers here. I mean, would have won that in this review.
And a discussion about the movie.
Yeah. But then after, Stone leads Sonic and Co. to Eggman's robot crab. He's really let himself go there. He's watching some Spanish shows, which I feel like I've seen in like every single movie ever, but thought it was pretty funny. And then
I love that how he's watching a Spanish soap opera. Or
soap opera, yeah, it's fucking great. And then he kept referencing it.
Yeah, actually, after the second time, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I would too, Jonathan.
No, me too. I loved when just jumping the gun a little bit, but I loved when Shadow was watching it, and he was like, she should just kill both of them.
She should just kill both.
Actually, that's a good point, actually. I know we're going to get to it later, but I do like how Stone and Shadow kind of had a relationship. I think they should have gone a bit further with that, honestly. Shadow even seemed alright with Stone, kind of, as well. It's not like he disliked him like any other person. Seemed alright with him. After that, what happens? Oh, wait, it was Shadow, actually. I'm out with the Shadow, actually, because he goes to the gun base. Actually, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it was the Shadow's flashback, right?
Yeah, because Shadow goes to where...
Scenes.
Yeah, they go to the mountain base, or whatever. So
we go to like the best part of the movie then.
Yeah, actually, I think this might be the best we've seen Shadow and Maria's relationship in any media ever. I think
it was fun seeing them like actually play around and like hang out like people do instead of like, because in the games and even in the what was it called, Dark Beginnings, it was mostly just them standing around saying, man, I want to get off this stupid base. You know what I mean, Maria?
Maria, there's no place for me down there. I'm a bloody alien, man.
I don't know if I've noticed, but she doesn't have like the illness in this one.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really mind that retcon because I feel like I only popped it recently with Dark Beginnings. It's kind of like Amy's fortune cards where they suddenly just remember that it was a thing and then just bring it back a whole lot more. So I don't mind that retcon really. I mean, she's gonna die. She's gonna die either way, so it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, really.
The reason why they couldn't do it is because it was on Earth. Like
I got you now. Yeah.
So they had to kind of move that aside, and I've seen like other people say it, like if like people are gonna get mad about that, you kind of have to expect that.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna do the arc, like in space.
I mean, they did.
I mean,
well, the Eclipse canon was separate, but. Yeah, I think it was fine that they didn't like it was all on land. It didn't really change that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was
nothing
still like
really
a secret
changed.
facility.
It's just they kind of like rearranged the puzzle pieces a little bit and said, "Oh, this is what we have to deal with." So she's not sick, but she just is there because her grandfather's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about Shadow's new origin? That he was just found in like a meteorite? And
actually, I've got that in my notes. Actually, we'll talk about that now. Actually, so yeah, he wasn't created by Shadow. He was just a random alien that fell from the sky. So that is a bit weird. I won't lie.
What I thought about for the comet looked like a Black Arms comet.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
I thought the same.
And they did this is getting like theory shit, right? They did say that they want to make a show. So they could totally do like a fucking like Black Arms TV show. Like,
oh yeah, a Shadow
with the team up. Oh, that would be sick.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty
Shadow
good.
basketball.
No, I hope that's like it's a clue to like. I want Black Doom to show up in a Hollywood movie because I want a big budget movie with a villain named fucking Black Doom in it. It's gonna be so stupid, and I'll be all there for it. So I hope that's what they're going for, is that he just somehow came from Black Doom's comment.
I wouldn't mind a Shadow spin-off movie where it's just like.
Oh yeah, I definitely think Shadow can pull it off because
it's 05. It's like Shadow 05, like him going against Black Doom.
No, I think that's great. Honestly, the fact that movie 4 has already been announced, like that's great. I'm really happy, and I'm glad that we're getting more. But I was also kind of hoping that the next movie would just be Shadow the Hedgehog, the movie, you know. But yeah, maybe they'll do a Knuckles thing, but actually make it good this time.
I mean, they will at least have a Knuckles season 2 with the Chaotix, so don't know if anything will happen with that, but we'll see. But
I guess we'll see.
But yeah, I think speaking of Gerald, actually, Shadow meets Gerald at the lab or whatever.
I don't think they put enough emphasis on the fact that because like the scene near the end of the movie, like when we find out like what actually happens to Maria, obviously she dies. Spoilers. But like when Gerald was like, "Kids, we gotta get the fuck out of here." Like, okay, that showed me that Gerald actually does like at least care about Shadow. Because before that, I just kind of assumed he was just one of the random scientists that was just there to experiment on him.
Yeah.
And I don't think they put enough emphasis on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because throughout the whole the first flashback scene with Maria, it seemed like the only person he did trust was her. They never really talked about Gerald at all, which it's fine, but at least maybe like, I don't know, have like some dialogue in passing at some point to show that like, why does he trust Gerald now? Like in the present day. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's an ultimately minor thing, but yeah.
I think he was kind of just going along with it because like he didn't have like a purpose yet. Yeah. So he was just kind of like, oh, the professor's here, so I should just go with him and do what he wants, you know, until he remembered going, you know, spoiler by the way, him remembering like Maria's whatever until he finally like gets his purpose or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they don't say like, oh, like what is my purpose? They don't say that. I thought they were gonna say that, and I really wanted them to say that, but they didn't, which kind of did let me down a little bit. Like, oh, like what do I do? Like, what's my purpose?
I guess part of that is because Shadow didn't actually lose his memories in this movie. He just has them, and there's nothing tainted with them. He's just woken up again.
Yeah, he was just angry when Maria died, and he acted out. Is what I got from that scene.
Yeah.
He just didn't know how to feel. Like there was no like. Maria was slowly dying and was like, Shadow, go kill everyone. Oh wait, no, that was a fake memory. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't yet. Wait, we completely forgot something super important. Now I know this was in the trailer, but I didn't watch the second trailer, so this actually came as a surprise to me. With the big fight scene with Shadow earlier in the movie, is that they actually gave him a fucking gun.
Oh,
I was
freaking
out so hard in the movie. and he not only picked it up, he was actually shooting Sonic with it. I was like, oh my god, this is the best movie.
Anyways, we're going a bit off topic here. So back to Eggman and Sonic and Lot. They go actually to the island where Shadow and Gerald are right now, and I think this is actually a pretty great scene, honestly. I like this whole thing where we see Tails and Stun bonding. Knuckles actually bring up his fear of ghosts. Again, I thought that was pretty neat.
The fucking Casper gag had me laughing so. Remember movie night? And I was like, okay, what could it be? It's fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost.
It's like Family Guy cutaway gag.
It really was.
And I loved it. I loved how it was like a Family Guy cutaway gag.
It really did feel like
it just happened just so like fun. Remember you don't remember last movie night? It just immediately cuts to it and it got me.
It's so funny. That was one of the funniest jokes in the movie. There's some 100%. Other ones that are really good.
Knuckles did kind of carry the movie in the humor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Knuckles has always been a carry of the movies in this movie too. He's just a great character.
Yeah.
I love movie Knuckles. Great character right there.
I guess we'll talk more about him when we get to it, but no, I absolutely agree.
But yeah, we see Eggman. Actually, what was it? Something with Sonic where I think Sonic asked him if he got like any family or whatever, and something.
He asked him if like if he ever wondered if he would have a family if he never would have gone like supervillain, and then Eggman started trauma dumping about.
I think one line was pretty funny. Which I think was about the gender, whatever. Neither of the genders funny.
Yeah.
Said every gender would never love me or something. It's just like,
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's true. Which makes me think who loved Gerald enough to, never mind. Anyway,
I think Eggman actually asked that question as well to Gerald, didn't he, in the movie?
Oh, he did say something like that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, then I think, Shadow captures Sonic, bashes his head against a window. Well, his, not window, but the glass thing where he was captured.
Well, he captured everyone one by one. I loved how they set that up. Like, each character had their own dialogue scene or whatever. Like, Knuckles was walking alone, being afraid, and then Shadow just shows up.
Yeah. Boo. Yeah, then after that, we see Eggman reuniting with Gerald. Obviously, he doesn't believe him at first. He goes through a whole little quiz time with him, which I thought was pretty funny. And then he starts crying, and then we see that Gerald actually wants Eggman on board, but little does he know. Ooh, that's no good, Eggman. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. And then, we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all locked up. Then we see Stone also tied up. That we get a funny little joke between Eggman and Stone, saying that he can do it in his own time. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Shadow sets them off with a black hole. The whole mountain gets destroyed. And then
somebody should call Google Maps.
Yep.
Classic line. The classic line.
God.
We skipped over the Konichi. What?
Konichi. Oh,
dude,
God.
I actually kind of cringed at that. I thought that was so dumb.
It was a peak line, man. You don't just go and see the vision, man. Honestly, it was a peak line.
He's not even like in the middle of saying hello to someone. He just says that because he's in Japan. I was like,
so actually, does it mean Sonic is a bit racist? Would you say?
I'm just maybe. Okay, probably not actually, but it is just weird. It's just a weird line.
I'll take it as my
get him in the race
for
wars.
Get him in there. Get him in there. Good. Then I think we see the mountain get destroyed. Something happens in between. I forgot what it is, and we see Sonic go to Tom and Maddie or something, where there's a top secret mission. They seem to be bored, and Tom has created a weird puppet of himself, which
Little Tom.
Yeah.
I love Little Tom. I want to buy a Little Tom.
Yeah.
A little Jonathan.
Little John! There you go!
But then after that, we see them testing out their changing of the faces, where they become Randall and Rachel.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It was right there.
Yeah, I do like how they give Shema Moore and Rachel, or whatever her real actor's name is, a bit of a time in the movie, but it's changing into them. I thought it was pretty neat.
So happy it was just a cameo. So happy, because when because I did see like the posters of those characters when they dropped, I was like, oh fuck no, you can't do a whole other B plot with these people. No, I liked how they did it. I thought it was funny.
It was really clever. It was a really clever way to get them in there.
I agree. It worked for the actual story, and it was funny, and it was a good way to do it.
Yeah, then we see Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all organising a plan, and Paramount, whoever was animating this scene, don't think I didn't see the Sonic Unleashed E-Rank animation on that Ferris wheel there. I was very happy seeing that. Sonic, I don't know if you look caught that, but on the Ferris wheel when Sonic gets a bit tired of it or whatever, you know when he knocks on the glass.
Drops to his knees.
Yeah, that was the E-Rank animation there. I saw that from a mile away. Paramount, you goats. Referencing the goat, there it is.
Unleashed, it's a 10 out of 10 movie now.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 movie, after that, I didn't even see the rest of it, it was already set in stone there.
That's until they put the werehog in movie 4. That'll be an 11 out of 10 movie.
And the Twin Needle, and the bird, and Murray. Ooh.
Well, the Twin Needle was already in movie 2, Knuckles did it, but I don't think it was in
it's in Knuckles, actually, not movie 2, was it? In Knuckles.
Knuckles, he also did it in movie 2, when they all team up, when they're like, all right, we'll work together to beat Eggman near the end of the movie. Anyway, this is off topic. But yeah.
But then we see a scene with... go on, Cody.
I was gonna say, when he does that, like, fist thing on the Ferris wheel, like, everyone freaks out for some reason.
Because they notice there's a fucking blue rat above them. I would freak out. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I just was like, why are they freaking out? This guy saves their lives like every day, like every week.
Like every week. But does he get any props for that? No. Everybody goes around gasping at him when he calls a guy, and people.
Anyway,
he quits heroin, and he quits this stupid group.
Speaking of Sonic Boom, do you guys love that they referenced Rise of Lyric at the very end of the fucking Boom?
Did they?
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was intentional, but just so I don't forget about it, because I thought it was really funny. You know, when after they are done falling from space, and Knuckles is like Team Sonic, and then Sonic is just like, let's just stick with Team. That is word for word lines that are said at the end of Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric.
No, that is something show we need to be referencing right there. That is some good stuff right there.
It's so like it's maybe it's intentional. I don't know, but when I heard that, I just started cackling. My friends are like, "Dude, what are you on?"
I didn't even know that because I never played Rise of Lyric.
Ah, he's a fraud. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I'll leave.
Yep.
It's
my video.
I'm back, guys.
I guess it's my video.
Anyways, yeah. I think we see a scene with Eggman and Gerald bonding, which is where we really see Stone getting jealous of Gerald, which I thought was pretty good. I like that aspect of it all.
VR segment.
Yeah.
Really funny.
After that, we see them rise to the wherever the hell they are in the UK, the little corridor, whatever. Then we see some classic UK rap playing in the background. I thought that was pretty funny as a fellow UK citizen. Thought that was pretty funny. Then we see Shadow start talking about revenge guac. Pretty great.
That was pretty funny.
Revenge guac.
Then we see Stone and Shadow bonding again. Then we see Sonic. Then we see the scene where Tom and Maddie are inside the gun thingies, and then for some reason there's a really weird plot point where the guy doesn't want to get fired, so he lets them in even though they're on a whole lockdown procedure or whatever.
Yeah, that guy just did a bad job.
Yeah.
Like, that guy got fired, right? Like, absolutely after that.
But yeah, then they do that. They put in the USB stick or whatever after a couple funny scenes where they're switching around again. We see Tom, if he had Sonic movie eyes, which is pretty... Okay, that was certainly a thing.
God, is that what that was? Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes, the big eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
Then we see... something happen? I forget.
Well, we see Eggman and Gerald break in themselves, right?
Oh yeah, the massive dance scene. I think that's the best dance in the whole trilogy, to be honest. It's cringe.
Not a Sonic movie without a random fucking dance scene. I guess that's just a staple of these movies.
Yeah. After that, I think Tails realizes that Eggman are in, then Sonic goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go run into it now and hopefully not get incinerated by the whole thingy."
Well, not before Tails tried to kill Stone and Shadow casually.
Oh yeah. That was funny. Oh god.
Comes out of nowhere a little bit. He's just like, oh, that's what they are? Murder.
Oh my lord. I do like Tails in this movie though.
Someone didn't flush?
Yeah, he was good.
Classic line from Tails, a classic line.
Classic line.
Someone didn't flush.
Let me flush that for you. Then Sonic makes a couple of interesting references to Hogwarts and steals... Would it be the king or queen's crown actually? It's in 2024, so it would be the king's stuff. He steals the king's crown and the robe or whatever, give it to one of the soldiers outside the Buckingham Palace, and then Tails throws him inside the thing, and then Sonic goes in, speeds through all the stuff, and then reaches the key, where some stuff goes down. I think Tails comes in as well at some point with Tom and Maddie. Then Director Rockwell says, "It's a trap!" And then there's some sort of gravity stuff or whatever. Stuff happens, and then Knuckles somehow just bursts through the whole... Yeah, Knuckles the goat somehow gets through the whole force field thing, which is a bit silly, so why did it send Knuckles in it in the first place if you could just do it to begin with?
Well, he was there in case of emergency.
Yeah, but clear. We'll just breeze past that.
In case of emergency.
Okay, I clearly get it, okay? God.
He was there in case of emergency.
Yeah, in case of emergency. See, guys, I get it. Come on. I was listening.
In case of emergency. Okay, anyway.
So, I think after that, who gets the key after that?
Rockwell. Well, not before Gerald makes a very sexist remark.
Oh yeah.
What was that again?
The woman
He
in
said,
the military.
yeah, a woman in the army, or no, a woman soldier. And dude, I couldn't contain myself. I was like, they really just full said that shit.
Yeah, then after that, we have the biggest turning point of the movie where we see Tom turn into Commander Walters to get the key off of Director Rockwell. She gives it, obviously, because it's Commander Walters. And then Shadow, he sees Commander Walters. Not realizing that's actually Tom Wachowski. And then there's a Superman punch into his chest. And then Tom dies. Sonic sees it, and then he, quote-unquote, locks the hell in. And then he becomes angry.
Sonic's just lost it.
Ian Flynn, you little devil. And then, we can just talk about Sonic locking in here. What did we all think of Sonic just getting angry? What were our thoughts on this?
It was great.
It made
go ahead, Cody.
It made my theory about what they're doing with Sonic kind of true. Like when he gets angry, he's gonna slowly start turning more and more into Game Sonic, but we're not gonna get like fully Game Sonic. You're gonna get that like.
Don't worry, guys. When we get to Sonic Movie 10, we'll get full Game Sonic there. You wait, mate. Just you wait.
I don't think we're ever gonna get Game Sonic, but like when he like so-called locks in, that's like Game Sonic right there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like he's just like, give me it now. We're doing this now. He calls all the shots now.
To be honest, I wouldn't say that it's really Game Sonic, really.
He was just an angry version of himself.
Yeah.
He was just locked in. Yeah, I mean, they're different characters, and that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong
say
with
it's
that.
like Game Sonic, but it's more like just him being serious now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people that hate the movies like, I just want it to be the games. No, it's a different interpretation of character.
I say it like
Get over
that
yourselves.
I say it like that because that's how people interpret it. But
Interpretate
something like actually, bad happened to Sonic for once, and he's like, all right, hold on, this is getting serious.
For once,
now
his mom
serious.
died in the first one.
Yeah.
But he was baby Sonic. What the hell was he gonna do? What locking was baby Sonic gonna do?
How was he gonna believe in his lungs?
Yeah, his lungs.
I mean, his heart.
When they did that same thing with Maria, was like did the same thing with Shadow.
I was hoping Shadow would say it in his lungs as well. I thought that would have been pretty funny.
Too. I was like, be a fucking dumbass. Just say it will be dumb. It'll be dumb, but it'll make this joke come full circle. So and then he didn't do it.
I would kind of like Shadow with the humor side, though. Like he needs to be like, wow.
Yeah, kill Juan and kill those guys.
Make him a dumbass in his own way.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Jonathan. Wait for the Shadow the Hedgehog movie. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, you'll be teaming up with Wade.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Wade, we get a little Sonic and Knuckles have a little bow there. I can't lie, I was actually kind of hoping for Sonic and Knuckles to actually fight before they settle their little dispute, but I think their budget was more focused on the things later on, so it's fine. I don't really mind it, but if we had another fight scene between Sonic and Knuckles, that would have been pretty sick.
I was getting locked in when they were staring at each other. I was like, oh my god. But I kind of knew that they weren't actually gonna fight. We didn't even mention this earlier because that was a plot point earlier that they brought up in the movie that they Maddie when they were first gonna break into the gun base was like, why doesn't Sonic just use the Master Emerald and turn it into Super Sonic? Which in of itself is a whole thing. We can talk about that a little later, I guess. But and they're like, no, it's too dangerous, so Knuckles hit it. And we're never gonna use it, and that's why Knuckles is mad at him now. I do like that he still takes on his role as the guardian of the Master Emerald, and I do when Sonic's like, "Give me the fucking emerald," I gotta deal with this shit, and Knuckles was actually taking responsibility, which is nice because I as much as I like him in these movies, he is usually played up as a joke, and a lot of the time, so it was nice seeing him actually in a much more serious conversation with Sonic.
It's
I guess
the thing that he was blinded by rage because Tom basically died right in front of him. It was dying right in front of him. So he was blinded by rage. Tails was we need to calm down. We need to think about this.
Actually, that's a good point about Tails. Actually, I just want to mention, I do like how Tails is seeming to be a more mature to Sonic, because he kind of says at the start of the movie or whatever, oh, we're a team, Sonic. You should have gone off on your own or something like that. And then he tries to talk Sonic down again in the scene that we're talking about right now. I really like Tails in this movie, honestly. I think it's a big step up from his what was that?
I said only Sonic the Hedgehog can get mad.
Yeah,
but I think that's a good way to show how like the relationship has grown between, like, because even in the games, it's kind of implied Tails was just sort of obsessed with Sonic when they first met, and then they became like actual friends, like on like more equal level, like later on.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they did it basically the same exact thing in the movies. I guess maybe it would have been nice to see that development, right? Go from one to another instead of it just kind of, like in movie 3, it's like, all right, we're partners now. You can't just leave without us, you know. But I do agree. I liked Tails more in this movie, I would say, than movie 2.
Yeah, I do like how they gave him more screen time as well, because I think it was kind of even with him and Knuckles' screen time, honestly, which I thought was actually a great decision to do, because I think Tails definitely needed a lot more screen time to get more character building and then get a cleaner bit of a paycheck as well. So I thought that was pretty good right there. Pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the next thing to talk about is the Guardian of the Master Emerald, which Sonic had to fight through.
It was pretty funny.
Who could it possibly be?
As soon as Knuckles was saying I'm entrusted it with like a person or whatever, I was like, it's fucking
the greatest warrior.
Fucking Wade.
I was like, oh, here he comes. I was like, oh,
yeah,
here he comes. He's fucking playing hockey with it.
Yep. And that was a good gag. But I
Yeah.
love that Sonic was not taking any shit. Like he wasn't like, he was just like, give me the emerald. Like Wade was like on like full like just being funny or whatever, but Sonic's like, no, I don't fucking care. Give me the emerald.
Like Sonic appears like, oh hey Sonic, you like my jewel? Like,
Give me that thing now. I hate to play games, boy. Give me the emerald now.
I do like he was like, I was sworn to protect this, and then Sonic just takes it. He's like, well, try my best.
and he immediately goes into Super Sonic, and it's just like, that's not good.
I was surprised by that. I was genuinely surprised that he immediately turned into Super Sonic then and there. I was like, okay, I know this is not near the end of the movie, so like, what the hell? Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Probably a minor thing, but it is something that bothered me about this movie a little bit. Is I think they retconned a thing from movie 2. Because you know, movie 2, right? The Master Emerald breaks and the Chaos Emeralds come out of it, right?
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a great point. Actually, the Chaos Emeralds scattered.
They did scatter at the end of the movie, but Knuckles was still able to reforge the Master Emerald out of like its shards, right? So I thought they were going to be two separate things. I was kind of assuming that meant they were going to do like a typical, like for this movie, they're going to do a typical finding the Chaos Emeralds plot, like they do in so many Sonic games. But they didn't do that, which is fine. But then the Master Emerald just has the Chaos Emeralds back in it in this movie, and I was like, okay, that's a retcon. Right? Like
yeah,
that just kind of comes out of nowhere a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think of that actually.
And they never talk about it. They never even mention it.
Well,
like even an offhand comment of like, oh yeah, Knuckles went to go off and find him or something at some point and then reforged him with a mat. Like something stupid like that would have been fine. I'm not gonna be like, what the hell, Jeff Fowler on Twitter about it. Because like it ultimately isn't like that big of a deal, but it is something I noticed, and I wish there was at least just like a throwaway line explaining it, because it is just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, then I think after that we see, actually we've got to mention actually, the arc, it goes into the sky. How did we completely miss that part of the story? Yeah. The arc goes into the sky, and then we see Stone coming out of the water with the destroyed crab in the background, and then
I love that Shadow just left him there.
Yeah, I thought they were getting on.
Yeah.
Why did just try to leave him there?
He just doesn't give a fuck. No one likes Stone. Poor Stone.
My goat, man, my goat.
Like, oh, for real. Could ride a motorcycle. They just should have been able to relate on that. They could both ride motorcycles. What the heck?
Yeah, Stone phones in, I think, before actually what's happening right now. But yeah, Stone phones in to Eggman, I think, because he said, I think Shadow said something about him about his plan or something. And then Stone says to Eggman, oh, don't listen to him. There's something happening behind your back that you don't know about. It's a bit more evil. And then Eggman's like, shut up, Stone. I'm firing you. Termination. Then we see Steve.
Yeah,
then we see Stone just yeah, oh yeah, that line, that was the line, that was the one. And then yeah, actually going back to the current plot point. So yeah, the arc's in the sky now, Sonic goes towards it, they see some more Herald. I just said Herald, didn't I? Gerald and Robotnik.
Herald Robotnik.
Yeah, they start to I think they're shadow powered the arc at this point, I think, something like that. Oh, actually no, this is where they get their suits actually. They get their suits in the
the game accurate suits, which I love. I'm so happy they did that. That shit looks awesome.
I think they send Shadow to do the spinny thing to power up the Eclipse Cannon. Then
fucking Sonic shows up, dude.
A gun firing missiles at us? No.
We're going much
we're
too fast. he just tried to kill them, right? Like, what else would you call that? He just goes through there. He brings Shadow with him. Thank God they could breathe in space in this continuity as well, right? But like, he just left Eggman and Gerald to die, basically, right? Because he made a fucking hole in their space.
Yeah.
Just so...
I mean, he was mostly mad at Shadow anyway. So.
No, yeah. No, I get it. Like, I understand why he did it. I just think it's funny that he full sent, like, I will kill anyone to get to this fucking headshot.
Yeah, then we see Supersonic versus regular Shadow, which I do find a bit weird how even regular Shadow could take on Supersonic. Like, he sends Supersonic all the way down to Earth again.
He's just that guy. I don't know.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess Sonic was blinded by anger, so he couldn't really fight properly or something. Maybe.
I guess, but even, like, it did show in the beginning of the movie that Shadow outclassed our three main characters, like, pretty easily already. So I think that's why, at least in the movie,
one of those three characters was flipping Tails, man. I don't think that's saying much. Like, sorry, Tails.
You leave him alone. He's just a boy.
He is just a boy, indeed.
And one of those characters is also Knuckles, so...
Yeah. Alright, fair point.
But I think that, at least in the context of the movies, that's why they gave him Supersonic, to give him the edge to fight Shadow, which I think is fine. And then, when he became Super Shadow.
Actually, as soon as that happens, though, I need to pull up an image right now, I think. Let's just pull up a really cool image in my downloads. Yeah, it is the image
on Twitter.
The image. Those sly little dogs. They thought they could get away with putting this regular Shadow thing in the flipping trailer, but then no, in the movie, it's Super Shadow.
The second trailer.
Yeah, they pulled in Infinity War, which is pretty cool. Yeah, having a Supersonic versus Super Shadow fight I wasn't expecting that.
That was sick.
I was not expecting that either.
Because they've never done that in the games. They've never had a super form versus like another super form before.
Yeah.
They fully did lean into it's just Dragon Ball.
I'm there for it.
Can I just say though about Super Shadow? I like how they stuck with his silver form. His super form being silver.
Silver.
I like how they made his super form be silver instead of yellow like in the games, because I'm pretty sure it's like in the unused SC2 code or whatever that it was originally supposed to be silver, but then they cut it to be yellow like Sonic. But I like how they actually differentiate it in the movie now, where it's actually silver rather than just yellow. So that's actually really cool.
No, I'm glad they did that too. Yeah, it looked sick. But yeah. I mean, both super forms look sick, but yeah,
I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest.
No, me neither. I wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I figured they would fight, and then they would, turn into super forms to team up, which they do in the end. But yeah, the actual fight between super forms, that shit, they go all the way to the fucking moon. I was just like, oh my god, they're full sending how just
what was his
ridiculous
name?
This is.
Tom.
It's just like, that was just a dick move, Shadow.
Yeah.
He was just being a dick throughout the whole fight.
He fucking uppercutted the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And sent him to the moon.
I love that they just lean into how fucking stupid the games can be sometimes, and that all of the main characters are just in space. Like, having conversations, breathing. Yeah. They're just fine. Sonic can't breathe underwater, but they can all breathe in space.
Yeah, this guy just sat on the moon, having a little conversation, like normal guy stuff. Go on.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah, I really like how Sonic nearly finished off Shadow. Like, he got close to bloody killing him. Shadow's like, go on, finish it.
Do it.
Dude, I could not believe what I was hearing. He was just like, do it.
Do it. Can you see all of me?
God, it was a Ian Flynn,
the wretched monster. Yeah, then I can't lie though. I think Shadow turned quote unquote good a bit too easily. I will say though. I don't know if I just felt
there wasn't
way.
Much of that development throughout the movie. He didn't really have much reason to be good until the very end. He was just angry.
No. He like when he hit Tom, because Shadow didn't want to like hurt anyone. He didn't want to. Like,
unless you're Commander Walters. I hate Olive Garden.
My one thing is, like, why he hated Commander Walters, because he tried to save Maria.
Well, I'm gonna guess.
Well, I don't think Shadow knew that, because Shadow saw him with the gun, or whatever. Because he pushed the other one soldier out the way or whatever and caused explosion.
Yeah. The illusion went off of Tom. You can kind of see in his face. He's like, "Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that."
Yeah.
And then Sonic shows up, and he's just like,
Tom, no! Those rotten sneaky Tails, not Tom, did deserve to die. I'm supposed to be the fastest, but I was too slow to save my father.
My buddy, or father, dad, my donut lord. But I was definitely supposed to mirror like Sonic's blind anger that he had like right after that moment. So that's how they like were like relating to each other. Because Shadow just in a blind rage just attacked who he thought was Commander Walters, and he was like, "Wait, what the fuck? Why did I do that?" But I think it's supposed to like mirror each other in that way.
But yeah, then I think that scene was basically just a recreation of Knuckles and Sonic in movie 2, where you don't have to be alone anymore. Then holds out his hand, and then I thought Shadow was gonna say, "No, I'm still fighting," or whatever. But then, no, he accepts it, which I thought was a bit weird. I thought there would be like a bit more to actually get Shadow to that point, because like in the previews for the movie or whatever, when they're actually writing it or whatever, I think Pat Casey or someone said that Shadow can't be as turned as good as Knuckles because of whatever, because it's a lot difficult to do that. But then we have the same exact scene as how Knuckles became good in movie 2. I thought that was a bit of a weird thing to do there, but I guess it's fine, but
it was quick. I don't know. I wish there was a bit more development leaning into Shadow turning good.
Yeah.
But well, I guess because he was thinking about like the thing Maria said, where like stars still shine even after they're gone, which I guess is kind of the equivalent of like the wish or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just got him to like think about her or whatever. So maybe that's why. So it's kind of similar to the game, which sucks because Wade wasn't able to fill Amy's role from SA2.
Honestly, you should have brought Wade to space on it. God.
Yeah. Freaking you take the Master Emerald and take Wade with you. What are you doing?
Right, Wade, I'm going to put you on the moon here. I'll be right back here. So let me just grab Shadow real quick. Hang on.
And then you can tell him to be a good guy now.
Yeah. Who the hell is this guy? Shadow, this is Wade. I'm going to be right back. This is your therapist right here. I'll be right back, Shadow. So, Wade, do your thing. And then, after that, we get Super Shadow and Super Sonic team up, and then we get Live and Learn actually playing in the movie. Oh my god, Chunky XL locked in. Oh my god, he finally used the game source material. Oh my god.
Well, we haven't mentioned it throughout, but they've used a lot of the game's music.
Yeah, that was like a separate point. I guess we can talk about it now, though. But yeah, we had the Jingle That Clear, I think, from Sonic 3 or whatever in the movie. Yeah. We had
Eggman's theme.
Yeah, Eggman's theme on the his ringtone, and then also the 06 Eggman theme as well in some point in the movie. We had
City Escape as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know why the City Escape played, by the way. It said it in the credits, like it was in there, but I don't know where it played.
It was a ringtone. It was a ringtone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Was it?
Whose ringtone was it? Like Tom's or something?
No, Tom's was. Was it actually?
I don't know.
The only ringtone that I heard was Eggman's, and that was the Eggman theme from SA2.
Yeah, which is really funny that they did that.
Yeah.
But some people said that it's a ringtone.
I guess we gotta go rewatch the movie and come back.
Pause the video, guys. Pause the video. Hang on. Apparently, I think in the last scene from SA2, the cutscene song was in here as well, blended in there, which is pretty nice.
They also, in a flashback, I think it was one of the flashback scenes, went like Shadow Maria.
Oh yeah,
hear, like a live and learn motif.
Yeah.
At one point, right?
I think Maria starts playing on the guitar. Actually, that was nice.
Shadow's whole
that's what it was.
Motif was live and learn.
Yeah.
At first, I was afraid because like they were hyping up live and learn so much that was all it was going to be, was like Maria playing it or whatever, and I was like, that's cool, but no, then they full sent it at the end of the movie. So yeah, it was cool that they kept just doing that throughout the whole thing.
And you know what else they kept? The Green Hill piano from Movie World. We can't forget Green Hill. Oh yeah, there it is.
I think that was fun. I mean, the town is called Green Hill, so I guess that's just the theme of the town, which is fine. I didn't mind it in the movie one. I didn't mind it there, but yeah, it was funny to see it again.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall, Junkie. Alright, fair enough, mate. I wouldn't see you properly locked in with a soundtrack. Oh my god, he saved his entire rep, but you did well. You did well. You certainly listened. Yeah. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
And then he gave us Run It. Well, I guess he didn't give us Run It, but Run It was in the movie.
Yeah, my favorite song.
I actually like that song now. It's good. I've really grown on it.
His Live and Learn version is like really good. I listen.
Yeah, I do like the guitars in it though. I like the guitars in
it. And it's really good.
It was really good.
He kind of cooked on the Live and Learn.
Yep.
He locked the hell in, man. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I gotta go on Twitter and talk about it.
Oh, even though just a couple months ago we were hating on him, but no, he's my goat now. He's my goddamn goat.
He's my goat.
You played one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, and I think one thing I do have a critique about the Super Sonic and Shadow stuff is that I think they kept interrupting it with Eggman and Gerald a bit too much.
I agree. Yep. I hate it when movies do that in general. When there's like a fight scene going on, like Star Wars movies do these all the fucking time. When they're like near the big end of the movie, they're always cutting between like multiple fights. I'm like, dude, just focus on one and then do the other. Especially like because the Eggman one was such a tonal shift from what Sonic and Shadow was.
Because like a jokey fight, kind of.
Exactly, and I think both like fights in a void were great, but like cutting them together was just like, okay, you're really just kind of messing with like what the tone of the movie is kind of going for.
Yeah, especially how they kept trying to restarting level and every single time they got back to Super Sonic and Super Shadow, like they kept restarting their song every single time. I was like, could we just have like the full fight scene, then just play the entire song, like the entire thing? Like I think that would have been a bit cooler. Then finish that fight scene first, then go to Gerald and Eggman. That might have made it a bit long of an Eggman scene, but it'd be better than what we got now, to be honest.
This is one of my biggest critiques about the movie a little bit. Well, I guess maybe. Do you have like a section where we talk about our complaints for this discussion?
Not really, but we can just do it now.
This is only a positive talk about the movie.
Actually, I guess we know the end of the story. Actually, we might as well just do it afterwards. Actually, we're so close to the end. Anyways.
Okay, then I'll wait then. Yeah. But yeah, we can keep moving through the story.
But yeah, I think we realize that Eggman realizes that Gerald was actually evil the whole time, and I do like how we see Eggman kind of feel something. I do like that with him actually becoming human. Yeah,
it's the thing that it's Eggman's whole like mentality of what he wants to do with the world. Gerald wants to destroy it, but even Eggman was like, whoa.
It'll destroy everything in a 25,000-mile radius, including us. What?
Because Eggman wants to rule the people. He doesn't want to like destroy the world.
Yeah.
He just wants to rule the world.
But he would kill Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. He'd kill that stupid blue rat, but yeah, everyone else, yeah.
I mean, but anyone else?
I mean, who would've, right? We hate that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think we see Gerald get a pretty devastating death. He gets flipping incinerated. Like
that shit was so funny.
Flipping hell.
It was just like a fly swatter sound, or like fly, whatever it's called, fly trap sound. I was just like, dude, that's so funny.
Actually, before that, there's one thing I want to mention. Actually, do you know when Gerald knocks Eggman down into the abyss? The green screen for Eggman falling was so flipping bad. Can I just say? That green screen of him falling was awful. That was the worst.
I liked it. I liked how shit it was.
I thought it was funny.
Like, it's not like something that's gonna ruin the movie, but I was just sat there thinking, my god, that is awful looking. Holy.
It's the slow-mo that makes it look out of place.
Yeah.
Very out of place.
Yeah.
Honestly, everything with Eggman in the movie feels a little out of place, which I think is intentional because he's supposed to be the funny guy, right? Yeah, like that.
I guess he is the Eggman.
He really is the Eggman after all. Aren't you a mean bean?
Aren't you a mean bean?
Yeah, then we see Gerald dies, and then I think Sonic and Shadow try to combat the laser. Sonic gets knocked out of his super form. Then Tails and Knuckles appear in the arc by saving Eggman. And then, I can't lie, do you know when Sonic got knocked out of his super form and the laser kept coming down? I thought Shadow died there. Legit, I thought that was Shadow's death right there. I thought he got wiped out by the laser.
I did think it was a bit strange that Shadow just left him.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess he was acting for the greater good because he did go to like the ship and was like, alright, we gotta move the laser. So... maybe that's.
Wait, I forgot actually. Who was protecting the laser when Shadow was telling Eggman to move it then?
No. So they already started turning it whenever Sonic and Shadow.
Oh right, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Because then they cleared the Earth, and then Shadow was like,
duh. And then Shadow went to over.
He was pushing the arc away because it was gonna.
Yeah, the extra.
Yeah, yeah. We forgot about that. But yeah, the moon gets broken though. The moon gets broken, and that was cool.
It gets cut in like a fourth.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
There's literally no reason to. Like, I thought Gerald was gonna destroy the moon, and say, "Yeah, look what I'm doing, guys. I have an announcement to make and stuff like that." But no, they just break the moon because we had to move it out of the way.
Did like how Eggman took credit for them moving it, and it was like, "Wait, nope, that was you idiots." I broke the moon.
But yeah, after the thingy gets moved, and then Tails and Knuckles go to save Sonic because he's been wiped out of his super form. And then we see Tails try to save Sonic, but obviously because his Tails, he nearly dies as well.
Can't fucking do shit.
But obviously Knuckles, the Chad, the goat, comes and saves the day.
He used the Flames of Disaster.
Yeah, the Flames of Disaster. I think he used it twice in the movie, actually.
He did. He used it earlier in the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then I loved everything about that whole sequence, though. I mean, I thought it was already cool enough that they reversed Sonic and Shadow's roles as to who was falling to Earth.
Oh, actually, I want to talk about something. Actually, sorry, Jonathan, but do you know the SA2 pose where they crossed the moon or whatever in SA2? They did that. That was so sick. That was the best shot of it in the entire series.
Oh my god! It actually looks so good. Yeah. It actually looks so good because like remember the promo.
Yeah, the trailer thing. That was flipping off, mate. Flipping off.
When Super Sonic and Super Shadow were fighting the God robots, which we skipped.
Oh yeah, the good robots. I was surprised that she put those in as well. That was cool.
That shit was awesome. Yeah, and we did mention it earlier, but that's when Shadow uses Chaos Spear, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that whole scene was awesome. Yeah, I was playing Live and Learn for like the 6th time or whatever.
It honestly felt like a fever dream that I was watching that.
Mm-hmm. No, it was so
I couldn't believe it.
Me neither. I gotta watch this fucking movie again. But yeah, and then they hit the pose. They hit the iconic pose in their super forms, which they've never done before.
It looked so flippin' sick, man.
Oh, it was
so good. It was so good, man.
Dude, I fucking freaked out in the theater when I saw that.
I saw it too, and I was
if you could see how far my eyebrows were on top of my head, because I was surprised you.
Oh my god!
It was like they were coming off my forehead then.
I probably bruised one of my friends that was sitting next to me because anytime something cool was happening, I was like hitting them. I was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" and then at that point, I was freaking the fuck out.
The entire theater just turns out to see Jordan. What are you doing to that man? You leave him alone! Police! Police!
He's just a boy.
So I brought my girlfriend. Right? She wanted to see it with me. I was trying my hardest not to freak the
I can't make myself look embarrassing. Yeah, I can't embarrass myself.
Talk about low budget flight. I looked at her and gave me like the biggest pog face.
Oh my god! It's so funny.
I can just imagine the point from that for somebody who's never seen a Sonic thing in their entire life to see that.
He's like, yep, that's Sonic, all right. Yeah,
what are you talking about? He just said a random line. Why are you looking at me like that?
Just said the most out-of-pocket random line in the movie. You don't get it, no.
Anyways, where were we? Shadow tells Gerald to move it far away or something. Oh no, he says something about stabilizing it. Shadow then pushes it away. Then we get a nice little charming scene where Eggman broadcasts himself to the world and shouts out his goat Stone. He didn't forget about your Stone, don't worry mate, the goat, don't worry.
That whole farewell sequence was awesome.
Yeah, I love that actually, that's really good. That Jim Carrey does a great job there.
Absolutely. I think it was supposed to be both like an actual farewell to Eggman, unless they fucking bring him back for movie 4.
Which we'll talk, I want to discuss something about that later on actually as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like as like both a farewell to like him, like Jim Carrey, like being in these movies, which was just awesome.
Actually,
a great job.
Just thinking about it, if that's actually his final thing, not even just in the Sonic movies, but as movies as a whole, that'd be a great send-off one actually. A great send-off.
Absolutely.
Would you imagine? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. That whole sequence was so cool. I love that. A little more of a farewell than later hater, I would say.
Later hater.
You should have said that anyway.
I saw someone on Twitter being like, "Well, I would have given this movie a 5-star, but Eggman didn't make his announcement," which is a Snapcube reference or whatever. But I was like, he did make his announcement at the end of the movie.
Yeah, you idiot! We're not watching the movie, mate. You're falling asleep.
What are you on your phone? You fucking stupid. It was like that was definitely supposed to be at least somewhat a reference to him like doing the announcement thing in SA2.
Yeah,
he projected his face onto like screens and shit. But yeah, what he was saying was very different. But still.
Who bloody cares, mate? I've been saying different things the entire bloody movie, mate. Who cares?
No, I agree. Yeah. No, this movie sucked. I want to watch SA2. I want to watch SA2 the movie. What the fuck?
But yeah, then I think we have a little touching scene where we get the Sonic Boom as a lyric reference, as Jonathan said, where
so fucking funny.
Sonic hooks Knuckles and Tails or whatever.
Unleash, you just skip the part where he takes off his inhibitor rings.
Oh yeah, which they don't even mention is like a thing in the movie. When I saw that,
cool. It was kind of pathetic though, because they didn't really seem to change visually or anything at all. He just takes them off, but and that's about it, really.
But like when I saw him do that, I was just like, "What?
Oh my god!
The hell?
When the world chooses to become my enemy! Oh my god! I will fight like you always have, even Flynn. Oh my
It
God.
was cool that he did that, but yeah, I do wish, it did have, like Corey said, more of a visual change. And I also wish they told us what the inhibitor rings did in the movie. Because they didn't do that.
Yeah, did it? Yeah. Actually, that's a great point.
I feel this is part of my complaint. We'll talk about it in the complaint section, I guess.
Well, I guess he wanted them to take them off so we could see the post-credit scene. I guess that's why they wanted to do it. They had to shoehorn it in there somewhere, I suppose.
Right? Yeah. No, and I think it's fine. It took it off, like especially for Sonic fans, like that's good fan service.
Yeah.
But I just wish, especially for general audiences, that they explained why he would do that. I'm like, imagine like you're someone like you're the father of like a Sonic fan, like, and you're watching this movie, just like, why did he take off his bracelets? Like, what?
Father, why did he take off his rings? Well, you see, son, sit down here, mate. Can you be alone?
Let me tell you a good story. So there's this guy named Mephiles.
And he's in the tilted towers, you see. And this is called Rouge, you see.
It's getting tilted at the towers. Oh, I remember what it was that you cut me off about earlier, I think. It was about, like, the Sonic falling to Earth scene, I think, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess I already kind of mentioned it, but that was my favorite part of the movie, I thought. Like, yeah, how they switched roles with Shadow. And, yeah, Tails and Knuckles both, like,
I didn't even click about that, actually. I didn't even click on. Huh, that's pretty cool, actually, yeah.
And then how, Tails and Knuckles both, like, risk their lives to save it. Like, everything about that sequence was so fucking cool. Like, their teamwork dynamic in this movie between the three main characters was awesome. It was something that I'm glad they really went with, because I was really afraid. Like, it's kind of, I'll call it the Dragon Ball effect. Like, in Dragon Ball, like, every arc, they'll introduce, like, a new character or whatever, and they'll be, like, a main part of the story. But then afterwards, and like subsequent arcs, they'll become less and less important over like as the story goes on. Yeah. And I was afraid that this movie would kind of do that with Tails and Knuckles, but they wouldn't be like that important. But no, they actually did a great job maintaining them. They didn't really give them like any meaningful character arcs to go through, which is fine. Yeah. The movie was about Sonic and Shadow and Eggman, but it was still nice to see like they're just the three's dynamic, their sibling dynamic.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think that we see Shadow and Gerald die, and Tails actually mentions that, wow, they sacrificed their life. Then, I've got to say something right here. I got a bit of vibes from the original Frontiers ending. Sonic doesn't say a damn word about Shadow dying.
I agree. That was the first thing I said after the movie. I was like, well, I guess we're just not gonna mourn Shadow. Yeah,
Sonic didn't care about Sage in the original Frontiers anyway, she died, and now he doesn't care about Shadow in the movieverse. Like, Sonic, what's the problem, man? God.
Yeah, or even Eggman. I mean, I know Eggman was like his arch nemesis, but I just kind of, I don't know. It just felt weird that he didn't say anything about either of them.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, especially Shadow. They should have, like, they didn't need to like fucking have a breakdown in tears, but just something even similar to what he does.
My long lost lover, no.
But even just something similar to SA2, where he just says goodbye to him, you know?
Actually, they should have had a side. Cool. I mean, Sonic knows Japanese. He said Konnichiwa. What's wrong with sayonara? Shut up the hedgehog, mate. God.
Yeah, or even that. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
not in my Sonic movie.
Yeah, I don't. He doesn't give him any. I don't know. It was kind of weird. A lot of like, I love the whole ending sequence, but like everything about like the last like 5 minutes of the movie, I definitely have like some problems with. Yeah.
Now, I might say something controversial here. So in the next scene, we see that they go back to Sonic's birthday party or whatever. Then we see that Tom is alive. I think they should have kept him dead. I'm gonna be honest. I think they should have kept him dead.
I knew he wasn't going to. It's a kid's movie. Especially as soon as Shadow just knocked him over, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be fine. Especially when they pulled him away in an ambulance, I was like, he's not gonna be dead by the end of this movie. I do think it would have been more powerful if he was, but I knew they weren't gonna kill him. I do love that he just walked away with only a broken arm, though. He was pushed down in his chest. Why is his arm broken?
That's a great point as well.
I mean, it's not like a problem. I don't know. Maybe if he was like in more bandages or something, like it showed that he was more like it's not a big deal.
Why was his arm broken?
Right. Why was his arm broken? I don't know.
He didn't fall into his arm either. He just fell flat on his back. It didn't make any sense.
He did. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, if he was on crutches, well, he didn't hurt his legs either. I don't know. They should have made him look more injured than he actually was. I
It's
think.
okay. It was just a bruise.
It's just yeah, it really was just a bruise.
He walked it off, Jonathan.
Quite literally. um,
But yeah, then I think that's when the movie ends, isn't it? I think it just ends on that. Oh, we get a little running scene. I like that. Then the movie on that, the way it
Yeah,
started.
Oh, and he ends up
They
in
jump
New
into the
York. Or that's
sunset
the
or
after
whatever.
credits scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was nice. Yeah, the little book ending.
Yeah.
There with like back at the campfire and stuff. Yeah. And then the after credits scene happened.
So, before we say anything, I can't believe they did it. Zavok in the movieverse. Are you kidding me?
Zavok.
Are you kidding me, bro?
was
I didn't think. I thought that people were just lying about it before. I thought it was like a big joke.
Everyone kept saying it's so deadly, and I was like, guys, stop joking around. They were all just spoiling the movie.
Yeah, man. And Paramount just let that slide. Really? Really, Jeff? Really?
I can't believe them.
Can't believe that.
Ian Flynn.
Ian Flynn. But you know, this is open with the potential for like future movies, though. Like we could get like iconic scenes such as they're gonna turn Tails into a robot. That's horrible. Or even scenes such as I don't know.
You'll be much happier as a robot.
No! And then even scenes such as, oh, whatever. When is it mistake to take your toys away? When is the only thing keeping six angry steady from patrolling Flashbacks? You
They don't
moronic
even
hedgehog.
change
Is it a rule for you for every video for you to say that entire fucking line?
I can't lie, I've done this whole bit up before I
Of course you
Oh my god.
So funny.
But yeah, anyways, the real post-credit scene, Metal Sonic and Amy. I think Amy came out of nowhere, to be honest. Like, what? Where did you come from?
It's
Yeah.
CD. They're doing like a CD.
It doesn't necessarily have to be CD. It could be either CD or Heroes.
Probably.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe the
I
mix of
said-
both.
I saw
Especially if
Shadow.
Chaotix is actually in Knuckles,
Yeah.
then I do think it'll be like a Heroes thing.
But the thing is,
yeah.
though, is it just me or does it look like Metal Sonic actually died in that post-credit scene?
I hope he did. I mean, maybe I don't know.
Well,
I did
there's
the whole like
multiple.
army of him. Yeah, there's
There's
probably
army.
it probably implies there's even more of him out there. I guess.
I mean, that was the real deal, though, wasn't it? The blue one, then he's the leader, and then the bunch of silver ones.
I don't know. Maybe that's the deal. I'm gonna assume that, like, obviously there'll probably be more Metal Sonic in the next movie.
Yeah, I hope so, because if they actually just killed him straight in that post-credit scene, all that budget just for that, that would be a big
I
letdown.
want because I don't really like Metal Sonic that much. Honestly.
Really?
I was expecting him to be like in the after credit scene because I'm like, they're not gonna do Silver,
I
right?
love
Like,
Metal Sonic, and him being like looks like it came from the game. I was like, I literally.
Yeah, I
was
do
doing,
like his
I was
design, even though it
freaking
literally is
out.
just one-to-one with the game.
No, I like that no matter what different continuity, like whether it's
Oh, yeah,
Boom or the
Boom.
movies
Yeah.
or this, or it's just Metal Sonic he's the one constant. They never touch his design.
Yeah, he even has his still uni eye or whatever, like one full eye,
Yeah,
not
he's
two
doing,
separate
like, his,
ones.
Oh, yeah, that's
game,
right,
Game
yeah.
eyes or whatever, and
Mhm.
like he even does like the when Sonic punches him, like his head like rotates.
Yeah.
Like fully 90 degrees. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, it's just the goat.
Yeah.
He's here. But it was cool seeing Amy show up literally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do have
I mean,
a bit of a worry with that, though. I know this might be a controversial thing because of, like, I don't know, maybe some people don't like this, but it may seem like Amy is like a girl boss, which she can, like, handle herself on her own. I don't really particularly like that. I know you lot might not mind it because, yeah. but-
It's gonna be
I don't know.
I really hope they don't do a Princess Peach with her.
Yeah, like from the Mario movie. I don't want them to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do that. Like I already do now.
Like she is a strong character. So
Yeah.
like I mean she's probably still gonna be like, oh Sonic, I love you.
I mean, she didn't really seem like that, really.
No, I don't really care. I'm fine with different interpretation of her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really mind as long as it's good.
I
as long as
suppose, but I think that might be the most controversial character to handle, honestly. I think, especially
Yeah,
when movie
I mean,
4 comes
especially
out, that's
in
gonna go down, bro. I'm telling you.
especially in the past few years where people can't shut the fuck up about her characterization.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't mind the more modern interpretation of her in the games and stuff. I still think getting rid of that gag of her pushing Knuckles down in Generations was stupid, but yeah, it's cool seeing her. But they're never going to be able to top like the Tails after credit scene or Shadow after credit scene. I don't. They're like in my mind. Like I was like at this point, I'm like, okay, we're locked in. I know there's gonna be a sequel to this movie, most like probably.
I think the only person who could top it is Silver, and that's it.
I wouldn't even. But like Shadow during the Shadow after credit scene, I was like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting him to be like the next thing. But I was like, oh my god, yeah! I don't think they're ever going to be able to get to that level of hype ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it was something like really stupid like Zavok. That would be the only, and I'd be freaking out for a completely different reason. But yeah, Amy and Metal Sonic, they were like the safe next choice to make, right? And it was cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they'll do. I am curious, like, yeah, if, like, because we were saying, like, if they're gonna do like a CD thing, like, if it's gonna be like a time travel plot, which, oh no, time travel, or
wait, if it's time travel, that means
they can leave
Silver.
Ooh. Like, I was thinking that means they could bring Eggman back again.
Actually, you know what's on that topic? The next post-credit scene, Shadow's alive. I mean, I was expecting it, but. Yeah. He's alive.
Yeah.
So that means he survived the explosion, which means somebody else could have survived the explosion.
Oh god, that's actually true. I'm just gonna get some chaos controlled out of there or something. Yeah.
But funny, to be fair, he left Stone in the crab, so would he save Eggman? I don't know.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Right? I don't know. I love Jim Carrey in these movies, but that was such like a great farewell.
Yeah.
That I do kind of hope that was just him being done. But that also is kind of like, where the hell does Metal Sonic come from if Eggman's dead?
That's what I was saying. Like right after that scene, I was like, wait, where does Amy come from?
Yeah. She literally comes out of fucking nowhere. Which I guess, to be fair, Tails also comes out of fucking nowhere.
I mean, not really. He at least has the ring there.
I guess that's true. And he has like a purpose. He's like looking for Sonic.
Yeah.
Amy just shows. Honestly, that whole after credit, like. I think that's my biggest problem with that after credit scene. It's just such a like, whoa, so random, you know? It's just like,
I think Sonic, I was saying that to the person I was watching it with as well. Like, that was okay. What's going on? What's going on?
Like, exactly. It just felt like it was there because they had to have an after credit scene, but they couldn't think of like an actual, like, good reason to have it rather than just to introduce a new character.
It's just like the hype thing.
Yeah, I guess. But I think Tails and Shadow, they did it a lot classier.
Yeah.
And like actually had it built into like the actual stories.
Thought, right? You know, like the giant like thing in the sky. Like, what if it's like some like dimensional portal or whatever? Because it's like.
I mean, it was radioactive, to be fair. Maybe.
Yeah, like it was pure chaos energy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe.
That thing.
Yeah, so maybe that could be what they lean into.
Is like that's just gonna be there now, and then some of Sonic stuff is gonna come into here, and like I'm like, oh, if they're gonna do CD, how are they gonna do Little Planet and all this crap like that? And it's just like, I don't think they're gonna do a CD route. I think they're gonna do like a Heroes mix with CD.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it would be a Heroes mix with like Shadow the Hedgehog. I wouldn't put it past the next villain being Black Doom. Maybe that's Cope. I really want it to be Black Doom.
I think it's gonna be like Metal Sonic, but it's gonna be Metal Overlord because they're not gonna have Metal Sonic not talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that's my biggest problem with Metal Sonic is that he doesn't talk. Like when he's Neo Metal, I like him fine. But having him as like a main center of attention villain is lame because he can't talk.
I mean, if he gets like the Master Emeralds early or something in the movie, then you can talk. Whatever.
That's what I was thinking. Cool. Was like there's like you know how like a bunch of the Metal Sonics. I think they're gonna do like an ambush scene where like they steal the Master Emerald or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the actual Metal turns into Neo. And he's like,
that'd be
Sonic,
cool.
I've come to
Actually, hang on, I've got a random question. What happens to the emeralds after movie 3?
I don't know. Honestly, their whole this is part of my complaints actually with the movie.
Yeah, I guess we can get into that now. Actually, yeah.
Okay, I'll start with that one then. Their whole rules with the emeralds doesn't make any fucking sense. Everything going on with the emeralds, it was just weird. Like Sonic, like he turns into Super, right? And then Shadow also does on Earth. But then when they go to the moon, they go back to their base forms, and then they just seemingly willingly turn back into their super forms. Like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
That felt weird. I didn't really understand that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it from like a story sense. They didn't want them to be glowing gods when they're having this conversation with each other. But from a lore perspective, I don't know. It just felt weird.
It's this thing of like, it's like the locking in type thing. It's like they like power down for a second so they can talk or whatever, and then they locked in like they.
But I guess they didn't give up the power. I don't know. It's just weird
because it seemed the emeralds didn't fly away. They just powered down for a second.
But when Sonic powered down in the second movie, the emeralds did fly away.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, they're in space. They're on the moon.
Okay, that they should have floated away on the moon then. I don't know. Like it's that one's a pretty minor complaint, but it's still just like.
It's just like it's something I'm not really worried about. I mean, it's just like, yeah, there's that, right? Like that kind of issue, but it's like, you know, if it gets the story across, I'm fine with it.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, but that one was pretty minor. My bigger complaint is that this felt more like an Eggman movie than a Shadow movie. Shadow
gets barely any screen time, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, as much every scene with him was great, and he was great in the movie.
Yeah.
But especially the middle third, Shadow just wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Shadow, stay back with Stone. We're gonna have more screen time in the movie, please.
Exactly, and it was fine. Like I loved the scenes with Eggman and Gerald, but there were so many of them. And most of them were like just. They were gags, which is fine. They were funny, and they were all the humor came across. But that's my biggest thing is they put so much emphasis on Eggman and Gerald, and it really I feel like Shadow was overshadowed by those two a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it was weird because especially the marketing, it made it seem like Shadow is going to be the big bad in this, and it wasn't really. It was mostly the Eggman and Gerald show. Like, Shadow was still great, the scenes he was in. I don't know, it's just, I feel weird about it. Like, the opening scene with him, and, like, this, like, in Tokyo and stuff, and breaking out of prison, like, that's great. And everything near the end of the movie is great. But yeah, especially the middle third, I was like, even, like, while I was watching the movie, I was like, where the fuck is Shadow?
Yeah.
Why is he not doing anything? He's just sitting in this crab with Stone. And they just keep putting all this emphasis on Eggman and Gerald. It would have been nice to even see like stuff with, like we were even saying earlier, like stuff with Shadow and Gerald.
Yeah, exactly.
And like kind of where they're at with each other, or even stuff with Shadow and Eggman. Shadow doesn't really build any relationships with anyone in the present, except kind of Sonic near the end of the movie. But beyond that, he's just angry, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think at least him building like relationships with some of the other characters in a meaningful way would have made his turn to the good side make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I thought that was something they did really good in movie 2.
Yeah, I love Knuckles and Sonic's relationship in movie 2. I think it's much better than Sonic and Shadow's in movie 3 personally.
Yeah, I think it suffers from the amount of characters they had to do.
Which does make me scared for movie 4 though, because if they can't handle it here, how's it gonna go in movie 4?
Yeah, like I think they handled it pretty well overall here. It was like every character I thought was pretty good, except Shadow was still great. There just wasn't enough of him.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is like a stupid complaint. It's not like a real one, but it's just something I wish they did. This was the first movie that they let characters swear in. Eggman said "damn" twice, I think.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah. But Shadow never says "damn," and that made me. I was like, as soon as I saw Eggman say "damn," I was like, "Oh my god, they're gonna let Shadow swear! It's gonna be fucking awesome!" It's like such a stupid thing, but I was just like, I really wanted. They gave him a gun, so they gave him one of the things from Shadow 05. That was already way more than I was expecting. But God, I really wish they made him say "damn" at some point. It's like a stupid thing, but I just think it would have been funny.
Yeah. Actually, I guess I can talk about Gerald a bit. Actually, I don't think we specifically just talk about Gerald as an actual character.
I do wish that they put a little more time. I guess, yeah, this would be more into my complaint, into like what his motivation actually is.
Yeah.
Because his motivation in this movie is the same exact shit why he turns bad in the games. It's because they killed Maria. But they don't say that. Really, like you get that, especially near the end when Eggman's like, "But you're my grandpa" or whatever. And he's like, "You'll never be Maria." I'm like, okay, I get that, But I don't know. I wish maybe if Shadow and Gerald had like a conversation, like actually discussing like why they're angry. Because at first I thought Gerald was just manipulating Shadow for his own gain, but no, he was also angry about Maria dying.
Actually, I think I just figured out what I wanted to say. Actually, I think Gerald doesn't have enough good relationships with anybody else. He kind of has a fake one with Eggman, but we don't see him really build anything with Shadow, anything with Maria, anything with anybody really. I think that's why I kind of don't have a bit of issue with him.
He's a funny character, but he's the weakest part of the movie.
Yeah, I think
another thing.
This is a bit of a boring character, really.
Yeah, like it's funny just seeing Eggman bounce off another Jim Carrey. Like I think that's why they did it.
Yeah.
So they could do that, and it did lead to a lot of funny scenes. But in terms of the actual storytelling, like it was good. He's still the main villain at the end of the day, and he makes all the bad stuff happen. Another thing that I thought they were going to get into, but they didn't really, is that Gerald is apparently 110 years old in this movie.
Oh yeah, I thought they were going to say that Shadow's quills give him like immortality.
Exactly. Because he kept licking it, like they did that gag over and over and over again, and it even looked like it was like losing some of its power, or something. Because it was like the tip was black, but only like the bottom of it was orange. But they never said that's what it does, or that's what it's doing. Like when with the scene with Gerald like getting arrested in the past, you see him holding Shadow's quill behind him. So I guess maybe we're just supposed to assume that's what's keeping him alive, but we've never heard that being a thing in the movies before, that the quills can keep you alive. And they didn't say that in this movie either. So
why do you think Eggman survived the fall, Jonathan, in movie 2?
He didn't have a quill.
Yeah, because he says it on one condition, and Sonic gives him a quill.
He gives him a quill, yeah, which he doesn't do anything with. I thought he would like power a robot with it or something like he does in the first movie, but
I mean, maybe he's still alive and that's what Metal Sonic is here, unless he lost the quill. Did he lose the quill? I don't think he did he? No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't lose the quill.
He had the quill like the whole time because that's how he knew Sonic went super.
Yeah.
Right, which that's another thing. That's stupid. Why would his quill also turn yellow?
Actually, if they play the cards right, that could make for a cool plot point where if Sonic goes super and if Metal Sonic's powered by the quill, Metal Sonic will also get powered up. They could do something with that.
Oh, that could actually be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it matches Sonic, so like he could just take Sonic's power.
That's kind of cool, I guess, but it's just weird that that's even like how are the quills sentient? Are they all connected? Does that mean because in the Knuckles show, which yeah, I know I'm fucking bringing up the Knuckles show, but a plot point in that show is that the collector guy gets a bunch of Knuckles' quills, right?
Yeah.
And weapons with them. So does that? So all these quills just lying around, like for the Sonic is presumably also left lying around. When he turns super, do they also all just turn yellow and turn super? I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Can Sonic grow his quills back, or do they have like a limited supply?
I mean, I'm sure they'd grow back, right? I don't want to see middle-aged, balding Sonic.
So technically, Sonic is an infinite source of energy, then, right? You take a quill off Sonic, he just grows it back. Then he's just rinse and repeat.
You could probably save like the world with that, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's neither. Or with the power of the fucking Master Emerald.
I heard people saying that way that the worst scene in the movie before I watched it. I don't see how that was true at all, really.
No, I actually like the scene a
lot.
I
just like Wade.
Yeah, I'm glad he was in the movie as much as he was, which was one scene.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because he was still being his own stupid self, and Sonic was like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I really like that juxtaposition between the two.
I did feel the movie kind of went a little bit too fast.
Yeah, actually, I think this is the quickest movie that they've ever felt for me. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. It went by so quickly.
I don't mind it. It's very small, but like I felt like kind of fast. I was just like, oh shit, we're like literally like they raised. And I was like, oh, we're just going to Tokyo now. Okay, like.
Yeah, I think it probably was like a budget thing because you could definitely tell that this movie had a lot of budget. This movie definitely had a lot of budget, like all the Super Sonic and Super Shadow fighting scenes, the Yak or whatever. Like this movie had a budget, and you could tell. Which I
just want to get to the good parts.
Yeah,
I do need to watch it like more to get my like full opinion on it.
Yeah,
100%. I've seen it once.
Alright, so that just leaves us with 2 more points then to finish off with. So the first of those points being cinematography and visuals. What were our thoughts on that? I think we don't really need to talk on this much because we pretty much talked about it already. But yeah, it was fantastic. I like the colouring of the movies or whatever. The models of the characters looked really great. I think there wasn't really any issues I had with them.
The
Shadow looks nice.
The budget definitely went up.
Yeah.
The movie was it looked a lot better than movie 2.
I really like the way Tokyo looks as well. Like that purple-ish lighting or whatever.
Awesome.
That looks so nice.
I swear, that whole fight scene was so fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So, the final point, we have Easter eggs. There were quite a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. I know it's the Eggman Land Easter egg there. Don't think I forgot about that one, Paramount. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny, yeah.
There was one?
When they were doing the VR stuff with Eggman and Gerald,
They're
when they're on the
Yeah,
you could see it says Eggman Land on it. It was pretty funny.
See, that's two Sonic Unleashed references in this movie. You got the E-Rank animation and Eggman Land. Beautiful.
Could also be a Sonic Adventure reference, you know.
No, that's Robotnik Land.
Alright, then SA2 then.
No, that's moving on.
Nice.
There's a lot of musical references, I will say. I think there was more musical than visual ones in this movie, which is good, I think. That's a very good thing to have.
I mean, obviously they took a lot of lines, like we already said, like the low budget fights.
Yeah.
And Shadow at one point did say, "This is who I am," which I fucking cackled at. That shit was fucking great.
This is who I am.
I fucking
Goodbye, Doctor.
I love Shadow 05, man. It's the best.
He could never escape.
Yeah, so I think overall, as you can probably tell, yeah, all three of us fairly enjoyed this movie.
Hate the movie.
Hate the awful movie, mate. Awful.
Terrible.
Except for the Zavok post-credit scene, that was the only good part of the movie.
That was so deadly.
Yeah. But yeah, great movie, great job Paramount, and Jeff Fowler especially, everybody who worked on this movie, great job. Junkie, you stepped up your game a bit, mate. Locking even further for Sonic 4. I want to hear the Splash Hill Zone orchestral cover for the title announcement. Do it, please. That'd be amazing.
I did see people making jokes that they should make this movie in 2 parts.
That would be hilarious if they actually did that. That would honestly be hilarious.
So funny. So fucking funny, dude. And you know, Metal Sonic is in Sonic 4, so there you go. Well, only episode 2, I guess, but you know, whatever.
Well, technically, if you played Sonic 4 episode Metal, he was in all of Sonic 4 all along, just off screen. I'm not flipping over.
Dude, I just love Sonic 4, dude. I don't know what.
Yeah, I can tell. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and a big shout out to Jonathan and Cody for joining me with this discussion. So, of course, the channel, the links will be in the description below.
For having us. It was fun.
Yeah,
yes,
I agree.
Thanks for
2-hour discussion that was. 2 hours. Flipping hell.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know down below what are your thoughts on movie 3. Do you think movie 2 is better? And what were your thoughts on the Zavok post-credit scene? Let us know down below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially the last one. Don't forget to become Unleashed by hitting that join button down below. And remember, mate, it's not bloody necessary. No! And I will see you all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Goodbye.